Look at that. Oh, yeah, nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Little square.
What we thought yesterday was the screen and the thing.
They might. That's an idea.
Yeah.
They could put it in one of their rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to, if you knew what's going on.
So I heard Swaffham was a John the Lewis thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we listened to it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Assets and Open Space meeting. Does everybody know the fire drill? Do you want me to read it all out? Everybody know it?
It's two ladies probably don't.
It was fine. Fine.
Run
Carefully.
over there.
Please note there's no planned fire alarm testing or anything during this meeting. Should the fire alarm go off, we ask that you exit the building calmly and quickly using the stairs, not the lift. Before getting to the meeting, there should spit it out. Anybody that needs any help or getting downstairs or anything, please make yourself known. And please turn off your mobile phones if you've got them.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Apologies for absence. We've got Caroline, isn't it? Graham's going to be a bit later. Should be here about 1 o'clock. Received declaration of interest for any items on the agenda. Does anybody? Anything? No, we're very quiet. During the meeting for now public members of the public to address the Open Space Committee. Over to you.
That'll be us. That'll be us. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I was wondering when you were going to sort the gates on
Shoemaker Lane.
Shoemaker Lane.
It's been troublesome for months.
Because one's got a lock on that because it got broke into before Christmas.
Yeah.
So somebody else put a lock on. So obviously I can't get through there because it's on a key. And the other one I have trouble with is
Very hit
on
and
the other
miss, the
side.
other one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very hit and miss.
if you need to get, do you use gate 5
When
first?
I do try
Yeah.
that side of town, you see.
Okay, because we had a little agreement with the allotment holder who'd had some beehives stolen.
That's right, that's it, yeah.
If I speak to him, and we'll get you access
But
to
the
that.
lock on the other gate
Has
has
also
also
done
very
it.
intermittent and has done for a long time.
Yeah, gate, I'll pass it on to the works team.
No problem.
And also, who's responsible for the lane, Shaldham Lane? It is absolutely deep potholes. It's quite dangerous, actually.
Show the actual road
Going
itself.
towards
to the
town, to the allotments. It's
Yeah.
really,
The actual road itself is an unadopted road, I'm
Yeah.
pretty certain to say.
really bad.
So it's really the residents along there, it's our responsibility.
Or even from like the water tower downwards,
Yeah.
if that's where it's really bad.
If it's on the actual allotments, it's our
Yeah,
responsibility.
and that's not
Not
right
good either.
either. That's not too bright.
The houses,
The bungalow's on the right going,
that had been tidied up last year, hadn't it? Some
been down lately, it's really
Just
bad.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Just before you get to the water tower, there's some right big
really
holes. And there's potholes all along,
all
to
the
be
way
honest.
along, but right the way down.
If we can look at somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What did we do with the other ones?
I think one time we did supply some road planings and that, didn't we, to
That's the usual way.
to get it done, but it's not really our responsibility is on the road, is it? On the actual allotment tracks, it is our responsibility.
Yeah,
not-
that's bad as well.
That's not too good at the minute.
But can we put that to have a look at and around stuff, perhaps, even if we have to get some more planings to perhaps try and tidy it up? You're up, Ryan?
Can we find out
Yeah,
who
well,
actually owns it?
Charlie, sorry. Sorry.
Can we find out who actually owns that bit of land, please?
I think it's unadopted that.
It's an
Is it
unadopted road.
Unadopted.
Yeah.
It's un-
But Screef owns what was the allotment, doesn't he, to the right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I just wondered who owned the land.
I think repairs were done, weren't they, up to the
Yeah,
New
that's
houses.
been done about 2 or 3 times that they've been building there, and unless that's dug right down, you aren't ever going to get that.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's beginning to start to get bad again. Where their lorries had obviously turned in and out, that's,
Mm.
yeah.
The last mention though,
Pardon?
addressing Jill's thing is the frontages are the owners.
Yeah.
So
What,
we're
even on
the,
the
we're,
other
we're the
dotted
frontages
bits?
because
No, the frontages.
we could frontages. The people who are adjacent to the road, it's an ancient highway. It's law.
But then it goes into a kind of track,
That's
doesn't it?
right.
Yeah,
And that's
it's-
where it
that's
starts
where
to get.
That would be- that-
Not what I'm
It's
thinking.
not a
of now.
road, no, it's a track.
Yeah, but that doesn't belong to anybody.
Well,
Because
it
it's-
does.
Highways. Who?
It belongs to the frontages. They're responsible for it, but
Even
they
that track
don't,
going
they
down.
they have no duty to do anything.
What about beyond the houses, up to the?
Yeah.
edge?
Yeah,
I'm
beyond
talking
is
about
no one is
beyond
right
the
duty to do anything with that road.
So,
And also, there is still an awful lot of untidy and unkempt allotments up there. An awful lot. We walked around the other day and there must be half a dozen up there and nobody's even touched them. So,
Four been allocated in the last 2 weeks. Four. We've got one
Yeah.
which is empty at the moment,
yeah,
and we've got two which we've got deposit money to take the waste away.
yeah,
So
because a lot of them just look like they've been used for dumping grounds.
When's the inspection due? Yeah,
February or something.
end of February.
end of February, the next inspection, so some of that be picked up. Then, but in the meantime, if you want to let the clerk know
Yeah.
what plots you're
Number.
talking about,
Yeah,
you know, we can.
yeah, well, some of them haven't even got their numbers
Yeah.
displayed,
I did a,
which are in the rules.
yeah, so we need to provide
Yeah.
numbers because a lot of them have been split now.
That's right, and they're not, and the fences are so tumbled down, you can't even got anything to fix the number two. So it just looks, Yeah.
Do that, can't we?
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to mention on the road where the new development is up the end there, is it worth sending a letter to the developer and asking them if they can make good what if they've made any,
that's where it's starting to get bad again.
surely it's our responsibility, isn't it? See, but,
The new houses at the end.
yeah, at the end, almost stops it where the allotment is, isn't it, there?
It started from what, about 2 bungalows from the end, isn't it?
Yeah, starting from just
Yeah.
before the,
Just
just before the water.
Just before the water tower.
Yeah.
It's starting to get deep, really, really
I
deep.
think a letter to the developers asking them, you know, if they make good any damage that's been done, yeah? Did everybody agree that?
Yeah, for a start anyway, wouldn't it?
Anything else from the?
No, I'm happy at the moment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
I'm happy.
Go back into session then, receive the minutes of the 26th of November. Has everybody read them?
Yeah.
Did somebody move the acceptance? Yeah, all agree?
Yeah.
I think that's unanimous. Report on outstanding actions, anything that's not on the agenda?
North Wellpool restricted road is listed.
Yeah.
And we need to arrange a date for a working group for the track around the wreck, see about that. Anybody would be interested in?
Yeah.
Should I do an email after the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else is on the agenda.
No questions on any of that? Receive and consider asset open space related issues with non-councillors. We haven't got any non-councillors that are not on the committee here, have we? So I don't think haven't had anything in writing.
We've got one.
Sorry?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. Yeah, not officially on the. Bobby, you got anything you want to?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
An applicant, a planning application form for tree works for 83 Marketplace.
Yeah.
And the application is just for information purposes. So we will find out if that, whether Breckland approved that or not. that should we get approval, the resident can then write to us and ask for any work to be done. And as it's in the churchyard, then we would need to apply to the diocese for a faculty to complete that work.
So we can't really move on that until we get anything official, so that come in due course.
Yeah.
No questions on that, anybody? Allotments, we've just been talking about some management report. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one allotment to allocate today. Tumbler Hill is filled with a waiting list. There are 14 people on the waiting list at the moment. 11 of those want additional plots.
Right.
For their current holders.
That's good that we got at nearly 4, isn't it?
Yeah, I have had some letters from Tumbler Hill. I don't know if we want to hear from, is it right from Family Action to give their report first? That's fine.
Yeah, okay, we skip to family action first.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm, for those of you who don't know me, I'm the operations manager for Family Action and cover Norfolk, Suffolk and North East Essex. I'm aware that there has been some information maybe not passed through the correct channels with regards to escape. So I'll just come along and give you an update. The situation is that Tess has resigned and retired, and this is her last week. So we have a discovery garden in Kings Lynn, and the teacher and the project worker has agreed to go full time. So it's going to be covering escape and the discovery and the garden in Kings Lynn. So we're going to be still going to be offering the horticultural certificate and diploma on both sites. We are aware that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to manage the sites, but we've got lots of ideas. So we just wanted to squash any rumours that escape is closing. It isn't. There is going to be a bit of a transition period while Gary gets his feet under the table or into the ground, as the case may be. And once that sort of we stabilise, we're hoping to set up some new groups. We've still got lots of support from people like Hayley and some of our service users and volunteers, and we're going to be hopefully up and running relatively soon. The next cohort of students will come on board in about March time, so we'll be and he will be carrying on doing the teaching on a Wednesday, and then he'll teach in Kings Lynn on a Friday. So we're very aware of some of the issues that have appeared or supposedly appeared on the allotment. So we're working towards just squashing those. And we've also put in a national lottery grant to see if we can do some community work across the next 5 years using both escape and discovery. But I'm told that will take 6 months for them to just get through stage 1. So fingers crossed. we put a grant in. The other thing, we have been awarded a very small amount of money for to set up a group supporting autistic adults across both sites. So it just really just depends on how quickly we can recruit a project support worker to be able to just get that up and running. So we might start in Swaffham, we might start in Kings Lynn, we might have 2 people and we can start the 2 groups together. But let's just see how that goes. But as Family Action, we're very open to any partnership work and any ideas, anything to support the community and how escape can support the community and the people within it. So we're quite keen to make sure that we are still here, still up and running. We're still going to be supporting people, and if anybody or get any contacts that that we can work together with, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Thank you. Anybody got any questions for escape?
That's good because we're getting technical.
I only got the one. I think you stopped doing the orchard, didn't you?
We did. I've just taken down some details because once Gary is settled, we wanted to explore whether we can come to an agreement with the orchard, because we do have one module that is pruning. So obviously in Kings Lynn, we've got trees that we can prune, he can manage that quite easily, but actually in Swaffham, he's going to probably find that a little bit difficult. So we wondered, and I will be in touch, maybe a conversation of actually we can support
I'm
in that
sure
way.
we'd be open for a
That would work
conversation.
in well, wouldn't it, with
Yeah.
the through grant that we put in?
And Gary is very creative. He's got an agricultural background, so he's quite a different kettle of fish. So I'm hoping that these things will be able to blossom. If you excuse.
Lovely. Thank you. Wish you luck with that. Anyway.
Thank you, thank you.
Nothing else for anybody else now? Do you want to go to Scalga next, and then we'll go back to the dogs?
I don't know if there's a Scalga representative here, is there?
Nobody from Scalga, so we bypass.
They put my name down for it, but I'm not really getting into it. Got enough stress at the minute.
We've got nobody from the Tumbler Hill.
Yeah, it's me,
That's
Tumbler
the
Hill.
issue. Yeah, sorry. So we're scrub Scalga off there. Put it down as Tumbler Hill.
And we've been so busy trying to hope escape keep going and support them. And there won't be much. Oh, yes, the gate.
Yes.
Is that on your list or do I need to bring that up?
Well, I think there was something circulated, wasn't there? Do you want to explain it to us? You
Yeah,
you
to
know
say,
about it.
Tessa's setting up something in her garden where she's got polytunnel, going to do gardening classes. Actually, I did say to her, are you setting up escape number 2 in your garden? Because that's what it sounds like. And when you've got the allotment holders up there, plus you've got people that escape, the car parks are full as it is, without having a gate through to somebody's garden and also going against escape. And nobody's very happy about this gate. I don't really see why we should supply her with a car park. If she wants to run up, put a car park in her garden.
Sorry.
She sent in a letter to council for November meeting.
Yeah.
That was with the uncertainty of escape. So it almost sounded as though escape wasn't continuing and would relocate.
I told you that's what was going round. I'm sorry, but that's so naughty.
Yeah. So the gate, we did approve that, didn't we? Last year, sometime, I can't remember exact dates, but we did approve. But if they're using the car park in excess, I think that's something we perhaps send them.
When did she apply for that then? I'm sorry, I find this quite.
It's November, the November meeting.
And I'm obviously an allotment holder, I support escape. And I've tried so hard to find out what's going on at escape, because everybody think they've got to leave and go to Tessa's. And I found it very upsetting. And she's been sneaking around behind everybody's back, and she. And
This
that's,
information was forwarded at November meeting.
Yeah.
Made a
Yeah.
decision on.
I remember it.
she's employed with Family Action. She's not maybe going against them, is she?
Unfortunately, I would just say that all of this was unbeknown to myself as Tessa's, well, her line manager, and I'm obviously line manager to Tessa's line manager. But so we had no idea that this had been spoken to until Hayley had.
Would a way around it being asked, obviously we don't want them taking up all of the car park, because that's for the allotment holders. That's for certain. I think personally, I would say let's write a letter and ask them what their intentions are.
I did.
Right, okay, sorry.
Heard back as yet.
Right. Can we chase them up or follow it up? Would that, John?
Do you think we had some misrepresentation then when we approved that?
I'm not sure on that
Because there
score.
seems to be a conflict of
I
interest.
can't remember the exact wording. I would have to go through the minutes and find out.
No one knew about this. No allotment holders. I've been running around like a little private detective to find out what's going on, because obviously I support escape. That's amazing. That need to keep going.
I think we all support escape, but I don't think any of us don't support escape. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, as an employer's point of view, tomorrow's Tessa's last day with Family Action. She's actually been off sick for the last 8 weeks. So yes, obviously we were unaware that the representation of escape closing, we weren't aware that had been implied at all, because as far as we're concerned, she's been off work for the last 2 months. So just for your records, that I don't want escape and Family Action to be associated with whatever's going on, but obviously, I do want escape to continue. I want the relationship with the council and the allotments to continue, as best we can. But obviously, if there's anything we can help and support with in that context, we're more than happy to.
Yeah, I think you've already written that to them, so I think we need to follow up on that and try and find out what their intentions are really. You know, if it's a bit more than what we originally thought it was going to be, I think we need to perhaps.
Yeah. Could you just tell me where the gate is?
As you go up the allotments on the left-hand side, that's right, isn't it?
I haven't seen this gate. I've only just heard because I've been away because I had an operation on my neck as well, which I've been waiting for. So I haven't been around. And I do listen and talk to people, and I just think this needs to stop. Somebody.
So Tessa is the person that's leaving.
Yes.
So she won't need to use the gate anymore.
No,
Is that
she said
right?
it's an escape style.
Pardon?
She's set that her own escape style.
Hmm.
I was under the impression that escape was closing down. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I think
This is so wrong, isn't it? It's disgusting.
Hmm.
Well, maybe what we need to do is sort of wait to see what she's got to say.
Mm.
And then if we need to revisit the decision,
Yeah.
we can
Yes.
then sign up to do that and bring it back in.
Yeah, we need to get the information.
Yeah. My question is, has she already installed the gate?
I don't know.
What's that? Sorry,
No, the
Has
gate's
she already installed the gate?
There's no gates there, is it?
I hadn't noticed, but I will go look in a little while.
I went up there the other day when.
You don't
No.
think it's there? Okay.
See, when none of us knew what was going on, Grandad, as I call him, can't think the man who's always at the allotments with a little silver car on the roof.
No, yeah,
He said, I hear Tessa's got approval for a gate. I said, you what?
I'm sure that was
And the
approved.
allotment holders really aren't happy.
It was approved, so, you know, that is, fact, but, you know, if it's not being used for what we was told it was going to be used for, I think that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? And I think I think the best thing is to leave it with the clerk and to personally, Charlie, you can elaborate on that, and if you report that they are using our car park for non-allotment reasons, I think that needs looking at as well.
Yeah, because they have been parking there on the Thursday, because obviously all the craft group have been told they can't go to Escape, so they're now all going to craft group at Tessa's and using the allotment car park.
Which is,
This is all,
we don't want to
Right.
upset anybody, but we don't want these things to be sort of upsetting other allotment holders, do we?
I don't think anybody will support what she's doing.
Hmm.
A lot of them have been led to believe that Escape is going to close.
I think the thing is, we can't really say do anything at the moment. I think we need to get more information, and this will need to come back or to another meeting at some stage in the future. I
And need
think,
that response fairly quickly as well,
Yeah.
so that we can make a decision, because I mean, she might not just respond.
I can pop round if not.
yeah, you're happy to do that, Leah? Yeah, so we can't give you an answer. There's really.
No, what's up to you lot to decide,
so-
but I mean, that's-
I was just going to say, as the gate isn't there at the moment, is there a way that we can inform Tess that a hold has been put on this until, you know, a hold is put in place on the installation of a gate until we've got all the information?
I don't know if you
Because
can go
at the
back.
moment,
Yeah,
we can't do that.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
In
Yeah,
order to revisit a decision that's already made, we have to get 6 councillors to sign.
Right,
bring it back
okay.
at Another committee meeting.
Right, okay, okay.
so how long ago was it? Was
November meeting.
November, so it was only about 4 months, and then 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Like,
We
come
need
back-
to see the application, the original one,
Yeah.
and what it was meant for.
that's handy. Just I disappeared, wasn't it?
I think-
November the 5th.
You guys to get more investigation, then get to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from?
No, that's all right. I'll just calm down, you know.
You're right. We'll do our best to support
Thank you.
you anyway. To discuss and consider dogs to be kept on these in communal areas, private land, for the allotment holders only signage. Yeah, always used to be signs up there saying dogs to be kept under control or something, wasn't there, signs years ago?
There seems to be a few people going to the allotments to walk their dogs.
Yeah. Which
Oh.
which is against the rules anyway, because it's only supposed to be the allotment holders only on them sites. And
Do we need to bring in a stricter rule of shutting the gate and maybe changing the codes?
Can
I
do.
think we need to look at the signage. Make sure it's, because it always just said allotment holders only. Dogs,
Yeah.
dogs are something, I can't remember the exact wording on, but it used to be
Dogs must be kept on.
dogs must be kept on lead or on the communal areas or something.
Yeah, that's what I've
Yeah.
just written.
Yeah.
There is some good points to it, because some of them, I speak to a lot of people, they wander around with the dog and they're having a look to see if they'd like to have an allotment and find out what go on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got, if they're looking to get an allotment, that's a legitimate reason to go on the site. But just to walk your dog is not a legitimate
No,
reason from, in my mind. So I think perhaps we need to, on all sites, have a look at the signage and perhaps update it.
yeah, I don't think we've got any, I can't remember any signage, can you?
There always used to be, but I can't remember how long ago. I'm probably talking 20 years ago.
I don't look at the gate because I drive through it, to be honest.
And the rules are, and that is in the rules, isn't it, about locking and shutting the gate behind you? That is part of the tenant's agreement, or
Ours
isn't
is
it?
very hard to see when it's dark.
Yeah.
The amount of us will get stuck in there, and then we've got a light, because it's silver,
Mm.
and you can't see the numbers.
I don't know what.
Maybe we shouldn't be there
Yeah.
quite so late, but we get carried away sometimes.
Should be there in darkness.
Well, we plan on leaving, and then it's getting dark.
I
don't know, I think it's like we do that, but I think to re-emphasise the fact that they are duty bound to shut the gates behind them when they go in and out.
And then if somebody wanted to actually view an allotment, they could go through you and get access, whether they've got a dog or not.
There's one lady, she do train her dog in the car park.
That is she.
Yeah.
She's not a
No,
not a
shouldn't be,
tenant,
but
not an allotment holder.
no,
No, so she shouldn't really be there.
no.
In theory.
There is a lot of people poke around, and then some of them even come and feed the chickens.
Yeah.
Which ain't very good, is that?
I know years ago, we had a lot of petty thefts and that sort of thing going on, but I think, touch wood, I haven't heard anything lately. I don't know if anybody else has.
Sheldon Lane, a gentleman's had 4 beehives stolen.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's also.
They had a break in at ours. When was that? I'd have to check back on my phone at some point, but I knew they'd been through because they come through my lot because my gates are all.
Yeah, that's part of the reason for keeping them gates shut.
Yeah, but at the back of our allotments along the public footway,
Yeah, I know what you
all
mean,
the
along the old
fence is so
railway.
long, so low there, isn't it?
There used to be a lot of gaps, I think they have mainly been filled in there, haven't they? Yeah.
Most of them you can just step over, can't you, at the back?
Yeah, there are a couple where you can get through to the railway line, aren't there?
Oh, that one, yeah, because you can see where they climb over
Yeah.
from the railway into escape and see the footmarks on the tree.
Darling, is that something we can?
Oh, that's
get
Eddie
solved?
allotment, that is.
We can look at down there, but
Oh,
We get signs.
they're fairly high, most things, they'll just.
yeah, if you have an inspection and just see if there is anything
Yeah.
needs doing, is that okay with that, Helen? Leanne, sorry, Helen, Leanne, sorry, I'm getting all the names muddled today.
Are we going to have signs?
I think there's something we need to look into. Obviously, there's going to be a cost to that, so I suppose I'd have to go to finance, wouldn't it?
Depends on how much they are.
Yeah.
What you can agree, because put up to 1,500 to agree.
Put up some temporary signs for the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, which is
Do you,
updated ones.
those in favour of, looking and updating the signs,
Yeah.
all those in favour? Commissioner?
Yeah.
We'll leave that in your hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on the allotments at all? I think we've done most of it.
And Bob's not on.
Can't see them. At some point, I know it all come down to money,
Hang on,
sorry. The track down to Escape, our first road, can we be planed off a bit? Can you get a chance?
You want that scraped like the rest of it.
Yeah, because that's not very good underfoot along there, is it?
Ranger Day, where we hire the digger, so if we
Yeah.
just get a collection of jobs to do, we can get a digger and do that in one day.
Yeah, it's always worried like Alan. He's like 90 some odd, bless him, isn't he? And they're so uneven
Yeah.
to walk down to his allotment.
I think that's something we can't say yes to at the moment, but I think it's something we can look into.
Well, Charlie seems to be onto it, don't you?
Yes, yes, fine,
So-
I can,
Yeah.
if roads need scraping.
Yeah,
it's fine.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any, nothing else on allotments? Can we move on then? Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome to.
Thank you.
Go now on to town centre. Review update on toilet working group. Are you going to lead on that, Bob? Or John?
No, I move that Bob
We're
address
just waiting to see what your
Well,
Plans.
I think,
plans, you've got something to suggest as well, haven't you?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just.
I propose that Bob can address this.
Mhm.
The address.
yeah, we can allow that. Yeah.
Well, I think we all agreed on the map. What the hell's it called?
Layout.
Layout.
Yeah,
I think we all agreed on layout. We're going to get your husband to.
Yeah, so he came up today and had a look.
Yeah.
We're in a conservation area, so we'll need a planning application. So he did mention about going up a floor. But just before he does the plans, he don't want to then say, yes, we are going to go up, and then no, we're not going to go up. So we just wanted a definite answer. Yeah, we're just looking at the.
We're not going up. I didn't, I thought that was part of.
No, I only
Yeah,
think,
no.
I think,
I thought we were using that plan
Yeah.
that we had. We were going to use that plan, but put an extra cubit in
There wasn't.
for the man. So-
Graham then mentioned about going up, didn't he, having a second floor?
No.
No,
No,
And
okay.
You're talking about a lot of money, aren't you?
no, I don't think.
No.
But we're going to use that. We agreed to use that plan
Yeah,
and just to put a doorway in for the glutton on the left-hand side of the shop,
yeah.
that was,
which wouldn't, because there's a frame, obviously, there's obviously a window there behind that
yeah.
board. Which is you just get a ready-made fitted window when you have a double door on it.
So, Jill, you go next. then.
Yeah, just can I reiterate that really this has to go to public consultation,
Yeah.
doesn't it, at the end?
Yeah, they.
That-
No,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah, there's 3 out, I think, at the moment.
Road, the sofa,
Toilet.
yeah,
Yeah.
car parks.
Yeah.
Don't sit in the toilet. I haven't seen the toilets.
Yeah, so when will the group, the people that are on the toilet group, when will you be able to make a formal proposal? I assume that would have to go to full council, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till plans come
You have
out.
to have the plans. for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there- yes, there's no rush.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not saying there's any rush, you just don't want to hold it up if
No.
it's.
No,
they
we
could get
don't,
it
that's
going.
rush.
Now we've got the impetus.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need to keep going.
So really, we'll wait till the next report. There's nothing really to do, just note, don't it, unless anybody else got anything else to say on that.
Can I just confirm?
Jane
Oh,
first.
Can I just confirm whether the consultation is out? For the toilets?
No, I don't think there is.
I have to double check because they have this in neighbour studies and need to.
Thought there was 3 out at the
Yeah,
moment.
It's a,
No, look, can I just confirm we're going to go forward? The plans, what was agreed.
Yeah. I've given
Well, yeah.
Can I just mention something? So my, the part that I would like to champion is the changing places, disabled toilet. So these are being installed all over the country now, and basically it's for those with higher disability needs than just having an accessible toilet.
Mhm.
So they have like more space. They have a toilet which they can actually have rails on to actually lift themselves in and out. Colostomy shelf. They have some are even to the point where they've got showers in it, but I'm not looking at that. And a changing bed for, you know, children are bigger than just needing a changing table, adults, carers. So bearing in mind the number of care homes that we've got here, they're restricted to the amount of time they can come into town because there isn't that kind of facility here. We've now got Fred Nicholson coming into town, which is an SEND school, which has got children with disabilities, and also residential. So field trips into town, that kind of thing, will give them the facilities that they need if they want to do trips to the museum or anything like that. Now, there are funding options. I didn't realise the government, because it said September on there, I thought, oh, this year there's planning application for, but it wasn't, it's gone. But there are the National Lottery, there are other funding places, funding schemes or grants that we could apply for to actually fund these situations. Leanne was with Adrian doing, my thing is it would fit into Sue's News. The lowest that they would go is something like 7 square meters, I think it is. The biggest is like 12 square meters. So it's but space wise, they one got implemented in South Queensbury. This is how I first come to hear from it from my son, and it was actually modular, and it's almost like a huge porter cabin with accessibility, non-gender, you know, male, female toilets, and then the changing spaces cubicle on the end. So it's literally fully funded. It just comes in, drops in. But I think that the nearest ones that we have are Attleborough, the leisure centre facility there, and also Deer and Tesco have one. They're the only two in the area. But I think bearing in mind that we're looking to encourage more people into the town, I think this gives another aspect of being a community-led council in installing facilities that really are disabled facilities. An accessible toilet is an accessible toilet. You know, it's not a disabled toilet, but when you talk of disabled toilets, they have a hoist in them. They're extremely, you know, great facilities to have. And so that's just an idea that I'm throwing out there now, to say that it would impact Bob's plans, and that would be, for me, my idea would be that for the council, that would be a greater idea to have in the Sue's News space if.
So you're talking about doing away with the shop?
Yeah, because the shop facility itself we've all said, you know, that is not really big enough to have another retail environment in it.
I think, you know, you've got lots of ideas and that, and I think we need to wait on your deliberation, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking into it now. I've given Leanne sort of, you know, Google's great for coming back and just summarising different things, because Leanne came back today about this, that Adrian was concerned about space. So I actually just went in and it gave a full breakdown of the spaces and the minimum requirement they would be prepared to go to on a space like this. So, you know, Sue's News is an adequate space to cover that. But
There are not concerns, there are restrictions that being outside,
yeah,
they're all arched windows.
but also
It's a conservation area as well.
but I'm not looking to change the outside windows, because you can put
Some obscure.
Yeah. in my head I can to actually, so from the outside you can't see, you can probably see from the inside out, but it would still give the light in that space as well.
Yeah, John, did you want to come in?
Yeah, I did read all through that.
Yeah.
Did anyone else?
Probably not.
What, so from Caroline?
No.
From Jen,
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen all that, but that's.
I read through
But
it.
anyway,
I have got some concerns that it's complicating what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
A, B, whether it fit into what we got there without excessive rejigging of what we were trying to achieve, and the cost of it. Now, you know, I sympathise with the objective, but in practice, I think there were other things like security as well. I mean, this radar nonsense is ridiculous. I mean, there is, it says in there about fobs, but you have to apply for that. Now, there's all sorts of layers of difficulty here. I think that we really, it's complicating the fairly simple plan. I say it's a simple.
I'm
plan.
I'm not intruding on what Bob's plan is.
Yeah.
This is an idea for the Sue's News space. It's not intruding on anything that Bob has already put in. The Sue's new space, which at the moment we're like, shall we turn it into storage? Shall we make it into like an information centre or a waiting space for what? It's basically Sue's new space that I am looking at putting that in. It's not impacting
Yeah.
Bob's plans that he's got in space at the moment. It's an idea for that space. Security wise, we just do what we're doing with the toilets in general, opening and closing them at the same time as, so it wouldn't be something that's open 24 hours. It would be within the remit of the toilet
I
space
think there's
itself.
an awful lot of talking to go.
There
on
is,
with the
there
group, but
absolutely is.
Jill wants
Yeah,
to come
yeah.
in.
Group.
Can
There
I just
absolutely
say
is.
that, having been on council for a long time, you know, we've got to get it right this time.
Yes.
And we've got to take our time. We mustn't rush this because, you know, what we do now has lots of implications for the town.
Yeah.
So please let's rush it. Let's
Oh,
look
gosh,
at
no, no,
every
no.
single thing going.
I think
Yeah.
we've had a good update from this group.
Yeah,
yeah.
And we'll wait the next
Absolutely.
instalment.
Yes.
So, the only other thing I would add is, sorry for Kendra, is the fact that I think one of the big things in my mind is not getting it done, is the running costs afterwards. And I think we
That's
must
to be
take that
pointed
into
out.
consideration, whatever plan comes up with.
Yeah.
The running costs must be taken into,
Yes.
Yeah.
because I would hate to see that going back to costing us council
Yeah.
about 20-odd thousand a year for running toilets.
Well,
You
I
know-
mean, we can get that kind
You
of.
know, I'm not
information
saying you
from
haven't, but
different-
I think that
you know,
should be
Yes.
Yeah.
high up on the priorities.
All
Totally
priced
agree.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally agree.
I think insurance wise, if we're talking hoists and things like that, we'd have to notify insurance. to
Yeah.
see whether-
But this is the whole thing about there is an actual organisation, changes places organisation that can get you all that information and answer any inquiries. So, you know, like I'm saying, this is just an idea that I'm throwing out there that I'm championing, but I'm fully aware of costings, what this would into everything else. So, you know, and it wouldn't impact on Bob's plans.
No.
So, you know,
No.
it's
Well,
an addition to that.
Yeah, as I say, we wait for the next instalment and see where we go from there. Obviously, when you're ready to report that, we'll look into that again.
Yep, okay.
Ken, so,
Going forward, if a plan application is to be made,
We're going to carry on with the plans.
yeah, we can get the plans done. So should
And you can take it.
Plans, and then we'll see what space is left over. Yes, a section of Sue's News is going to be storage as from the side.
Have we looked into the back of Sue's News to see what stories we have got there?
Yeah.
Because we looked at it and nothing, yes, but nothing to kind of come out of there. That's what I'm really asking.
Oh, it's going to be changed, isn't it?
Just changed.
But there's not any structural work to be done.
Right.
That's all going to
No.
be done. And when you come back and say, we'll take our
Yeah.
time, before you know it, we won't be here anymore.
Yeah.
We can't afford to be, we
Yes, we
can't afford to be.
afford to get it wrong.
So when the
but we get
plans are ready, should I call another meeting for the working
Yeah.
group?
Yes, please.
I-
Yes.
I think that's
Yeah.
best,
Yeah.
because we're discussing it all now. And it's
Yeah.
paper.
Exactly.
The only concerns on yours, Jen, is the outside space, like curbs
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
You've
But
got
people
round
actually
up
get,
into to Susan's.
Yeah.
and I think places.
There's
like Tesco-
already a ramp up into that section, which would give the access that is needed. I don't think there would be any real change to the front of
Well,
it
I
other
think-
than the windows,
we've
but
gone
it's
into
something.
quite deep detail.
Yeah.
I think, you know, there's a lot of
Something.
talking and a lot of
Yeah.
things to be ironed out. And I think that we're waiting for the next report of the
absolutely.
Grove. Graham, you've come in a bit late,
Yes.
but we're just talking about toys. Have you got anything you want to add or anything?
No, I'm quite happy the way we're progressing with it. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing some detailed plans
Yeah.
and then
We'll
we'll,
just thought I'd give you a chance.
thank you, that's very kind of you. Yeah, no, I'm very
Okay,
happy.
we'll
with that.
move on then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look forward to the final report from the working group.
So we might as well have another working group then. to Talk about your.
Well, I'll get more information together and circulate it, but like I said, with your plans, it doesn't impact your plans. This is solely about the Sue's News space.
How big, do you know how big the Susan space is?
Well, you're in, it's only about 6 foot wide. isn't it?
Not only, it's only about, yeah, because the glutton, our machine goes in and then that is about Yes, you are about 6 foot.
Yeah, is that
Well,
my
yeah.
concern about the space?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
I'd
where
be concerned.
Adrian comes in.
How
because-
big is the disabled toilet? What's there at the minute? As in square meters? Has anyone actually checked? You say 7 square meters is the minimum.
It's the minimum.
So
Quite
Yeah, that's the
difficult.
minimum
If
they
I
would
go in there
consider
and
is
measure
7 square
if I go-
meters.
7 square meters is
Just like
quite
what
big,
we
isn't
do.
it?
Yeah, but it also is the width.
Yeah.
That's where I the question, is it wide enough? Because I looked at plans for
Mhm.
those changing places and they all look pretty wide to me. You know, 7 square meters, well.
But if you notice that the plans, they don't have actual in sizes on them.
No,
It
but
doesn't say,
no, it
yeah,
doesn't,
as a-
but
which is
you
like quite-
you get an impression by the.
oh, yeah, yeah.
I think I'm going to draw this to
Yeah, yeah.
close,
Yeah,
I think, because I think we've gone through enough, and I leave it to you to
Yes.
talk amongst
Present
yourself later
properly
when you
and-
re-meet.
I just think that once, you know, Charlie and Adrian have done their measuring there.
Yeah,
You know, it's-
we'll leave it to you
Yeah.
to
Perfect.
work it forward. The next one is 732, to discuss the consider budget cost next step report. Over to you, Leanne.
Circulated in the
Yeah. And
newspapers.
anything on that?
I mean,
No, I
it's,
think we've
we-
got to do it, haven't we?
yeah. What was it? What was the cost?
Sorry. 700.
Wasn't a huge amount, was it?
It's 700, Leah. That's what I'm reading there.
Just calling it up, sorry, I can't remember.
Seven, 732.
That's for
Yeah,
plans.
700 plus VAT.
Is there an ongoing? Is there an ongoing?
Yeah, it's that other word.
700, and that would get us back into a good
Well,
state.
that's just for the 2D plan and elevations.
Yeah.
Is that just a one-off or is it gonna continue to monitor it?
I think
over time?
this plan will then show where the weak points are by the sound of it. And then you've got the repairs on after that, yeah.
Can that be a capital expense? No, it wouldn't because it's maintenance, wouldn't it, I suppose.
Yeah, not for maintenance.
Yeah. So it'd be our revenue. Go ahead.
Did we not get help with that through Historic England?
Yeah.
Yes, we, yeah.
Yeah,
And what exactly is happening with that movement? Is that repairing around the pillars or is that the actual base that needs attention or?
I think to find out what the problem is to have this 2D surveyed.
The survey,
Yeah.
yeah, which you have to have anyway because
Mm.
of the age of that construction.
Well, it's a grade 1 listed building,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Point one there is to get these 3D elevations and that 2D plans and elevations, so that it can be monitored in future. So you get it now very accurately, and if anyone notices anything going on, they have to come back, do it again, and see if there's been any movement on it. Now, it's very important because we're responsible
Oh, yes, definitely.
a very important historic monument
Yeah.
there. The other work, the redecoration, it doesn't say anything about costs for that. So I don't know. I think we passed that before, haven't we?
Because the consortium looked at it, didn't they, and gave a report, didn't they, earlier on last year? And we asked about a grant.
Yeah,
I can't remember what the exact wording of our report was.
well, Joe Warburton has funded this as part of the Norfolk Market Towns.
Right, okay. So it's no cost to us then,
There hasn't been so far,
but this would come in under us.
yeah.
So where would that money come from? What pot can we get that out of?
Revenue pot,
Just our reserves firstly.
yeah.
I can hear that.
So over to you. I think we ought to keep it up to date, because if you don't and it gets worse, it could cost us a hell of a lot more money in the long run.
Exactly. And in view of the fact the amount of traffic, large vehicles rumbling by there every minute of the day, basically, that must have some adverse effect on the structure, doesn't it?
So yeah, I'll move that we do accept and get that done, and then we go from there after that, see what's what afterwards, once we've got that report.
Yeah.
I would move that, and if anybody would like to second it, Jen. All those in favour, please show. Yeah. Oh, okay with that?
Yeah.
To discuss and consider wording of letters for the town centre businesses. It's letters, isn't it?
There's.
I
Can't
letter,
seem
but-
to share the screen with that.
I'll read it to you.
Yeah, you can,
So
yeah. I
this
think
is
it
to go to all the businesses in the town. So, dear business owner, keeping our town centre clean and welcoming, we are writing to kindly ask for your support in helping keep the area outside your premises clean and safe for everyone. While street cleansing is undertaken daily by Serco, you're helping keeping the pavement and immediate area outside your business tidy would make a real difference. This includes general cleaning such as sweeping away litter, leaves, and especially cigarette butts, which can accumulate quickly. A clean and well-maintained frontage not only creates a pleasant environment for residents and visitors, but also reflects positively on the businesses operating here. Swaffham Town Council have recently purchased a glutton cleaner to assist with the cleansing of the town. We greatly appreciate any effort you can make to help keep Swaffham welcoming to all.
Just one thing I would add into your list of things is weeds, removal of weeds in front, because there's an awful lot of the shops have the weeds growing in front of them.
Yeah.
If you add that into your list of, Charles. So,
Yeah.
Was it your idea to write the letter or what? What's the
With
history?
recommended of Norfolk County Council.
I think it's a good idea. I think that sounds quite, if you agree to just add that bit about weeds, I think. Everybody happy? John? Not happy? or just-
No, I was just saying, is it undertaken daily by Serco?
I don't think it is,
No.
is it?
I think that's,
Can I just, I don't think shop owners are gonna come out with a hoe and weed.
Well, all I'm
Weed,
all I'm talking about is the weeds that grow right against their frontage, and you
Yes.
see them all the time, and it
Yeah,
wouldn't
but-
take
They've got to
them
do
5
something.
minutes to go out there and just pull them weeds out. So, I don't think it would hurt to add that in
Yeah.
personally, but,
Well, we can't do everything for them.
No.
You know, we've got this new machine at a vast expense, so
And that enhances your business at the end of the
of
day.
course it does.
Tidy frontage means people care.
well, I would move that we do accept the letter and.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't
Yeah,
about
just,
daily
yeah, it just says, well, street
Everybody
cleansing is
Extension Street.
undertaken by Serco.
for Bretton Council.
Yeah, there's back there.
Yes, I thought.
By Bretland Council.
Are you everybody happy with that then?
Yes.
Yeah, please just make sure.
I'm going to abstain because I think it's going to cause a lot of conflict with some of the business owners.
Oh, go for it.
Well, it's unanimous anyway, so it's not except Leanne's, Lindsay, God, I'll get the names right in a minute.
Also, a lot of
Lindsay is,
businesses
saying-
pay to have the outside the front of their shop.
Yeah.
So it is down to them to.
Yeah. And there is a certain amount of area in front of most of the shops that is actually on their lease or on their deed that the shops are actually owned on a lot of the premises.
Unfortunately, that's for the owners to enforce.
Yeah, but so it's really their bit of ground, if you like, for them to look after. Right, we go over the page then. Open spaces, to consider open space, amenities, land and building to take to Bretland the land trust. I think we went through this yesterday at the planning, and for those that.
Not formally, no, that was an after chat, wasn't it?
Sorry?
It wasn't formal.
No, it wasn't formal, but What we said is that we'd like to look at, Helen's going to look at the bit of land where the wind turbine is, which is in Bretton ownership, and the other bit was the bit at the back of the gas depot or whatever you want to call it, off the back there, down that other end, just a square of land there. I think I'm right in saying that, Anna?
Yeah.
So those are the two bits of land we said, there's lots and lots of spikes of land all over the place, which are very sort of egg cup size, sort of thing. You're very small. We said we don't want to really take the responsibility for them and have to, people going around mowing them or whatever it is, or cleaning them all the time. So we said we'd decline on that unless anybody else has got any other opinion.
If they're of no value to us for the future, then why do we need to take them on?
They're only postage stamps or pieces of just grassland or herb or whatever.
Two large plots are worth considering.
Yeah, they were the two we said we'd consider, Jen.
Wasn't part of the discussion.
No.
I was on the Teams meeting. I was on Teams.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of the discussion about possibly with these little areas of land, putting the onus on residents to possibly take care of it. That was your idea, yeah. I heard that on the meeting yesterday.
But Bretton would have to do that.
Yeah.
It's not down to us. It'd be.
We suggest it's
It's
Bretton.
Bretton, that was.
Well,
yeah.
you suggested, but whether, I don't think many of the residents want to take up the cost of it. It'd be self, but there's no harm in asking the question.
I don't think there's any harm in asking.
No.
I think that, if Breckland wants to do that, but,
Get paid very much.
I don't know what the procedure would be, what Leanne might know. The procedure if a resident wanted to take on part of one of them spots or something from Bretton, I suppose they'd have to do their own negotiations, wouldn't they?
Yeah, Helen's got a briefing at Bretton Council
Yeah.
on Friday, so she can ask that.
Right.
sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, anything else on that? We've made the decision anyway. To receive and consider play area safety inspection report.
Yes,
All good?
we've got some things we're in the pipeline here. Okay. We took down, there was a climbing frame down on the wreck we took down last week. That was completely rotten through, so the easiest way to try and repair that was just take it away really. Other than that,
The under 8 area, is there any movement on that yet?
No, I'm still waiting for the one.
Well, why don't you
Oh, I thought we've got the 106.
We haven't physically got it.
Oh, we haven't physically
No.
got it.
Almost.
Imminent.
Right, okay.
Hopefully.
Keep chasing it.
Anything else on that?
Yeah,
John?
we need to do these things, don't we? These safety issues.
Oh,
So is that programmed to do these?
for the ROSPA,
Sorry?
the ROSPA we go through it, and that's what last week I was going through some of the things, and then Ryan, some of the things, one of the companies, I think that's Orford Road, trying to get stuff off them. I think he ordered the duck.
Come from
Well,
Germany.
So I think that's half the time, that's like 6 to 12 weeks they'll give you as a time and getting bits and pieces. And I said, there's a possibility, do we go and get bolts and things from somewhere else? But then I said, there's a possibility if they aren't designed for what was with the equipment to start with, and then that failed, where do we stand? They're going through things, but it's just pricing's ridiculous. But then I thought, then you've got the fallback that is the correct bolt or tension.
There's a lot of stuff here, and it concerns me that
A lot. We do go through, and that's only reds.
Yeah.
Only ones.
Oh, yeah, the ROSPA one, is it?
Yeah, when you go through ROSPA, the reds are the only ones which you really have to
Yeah,
be on. That's what.
but we have to watch the amber ones as well. 'Cause
Yeah, the amber
coming
one.
up.
Yeah, the
If you
amber one.
ignore those, you,
Yeah,
get
but that's what. Yeah, we sort of try to go through and prioritise where.
yeah.
Obviously, it's dangerous. It's got to be removed, hasn't it? I think that's goes without saying, really.
So if something looks dangerous,
Mhm.
like in the on Merriweather,
See, Bob.
the tower there.
Tower. Yes,
It's
that's,
right.
well, that's the, we were talking about this last week, because then when I went for the roster, that's only on amber. But it isn't even red, when we.
But, yeah, there was things about it.
I started, that was sort of, that was supposed to not,
As part of when the under eights funding comes through, that
oh,
would
that's what,
replace.
that's, yeah, so that's what.
So that's part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the minute on roster, on their report they did in August last year, they've just put it as like medium risk, not.
Yeah.
Big
How-
Yeah, yeah, so.
You expect to have what, most weeks, don't you?
Well, yeah, we'll go around when we do, obviously, our litter picks, obviously, if you can see something sticks out.
Yeah.
Like down Orford Road, to obviously go down there and repair the slats, because
Mm.
they get the occasional pick. So yeah, if that's noticeable, but yeah, we'll go then and obviously do the proper inspections as well.
Thanks for that. Anything else? No. Right, provide update on Orford Road Orchards charity and arrange annual meeting date.
We were approached by the Charity Commission to file the annual return, but we weren't really sure what this charity was. There's no fund, no.
Go online, it hadn't filed a return since 2005 or
That
something.
has now.
Has that?
Yeah, we've filed one now.
Late.
Breckland is down as one of the trustees, so she's going to speak to. Can't remember his name now. And speak to somebody and find out what it's all about, and then if we need an annual meeting, or we'll bring it back and say we either need an annual meeting or we can cancel or close the charity, because
Yeah.
nothing's happening on there for years and years.
It's shame, wouldn't it?
There's a lot of trees there, a lot of the, by the railway track.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of good trees there. And I think the lady's got Escape used to have quite a hand in keeping that tidy, didn't they?
Yeah, and the new man who's going to take over, that was one of the first things she mentioned was orchards, because that used to be part of Escape, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then it all just a scruffy mess, wasn't it? But I think they'd like to get all involved with all that again.
Yeah, so
They all sound very good.
got funding, so cleared it all.
It started off all very organo and with people that wanted to do it and got the funding to do it, and then certain member left and it sort of fell into disrepair really, what didn't it, after about a year or two?
Is that when Katie was there? Because everybody loved Katie, didn't they?
Yeah.
I never met this woman, but I mean,
Oh.
I hear all about her.
It's great. Yeah.
Pete, they couldn't get her back there, really, yeah. Although Gary sounded quite good, to be fair.
If you've done the return then and that, and is there any point in trying to close the charity down or just leave it in case we wanted to have some fundraising or something for in the future?
Well, it's under Breckland as trustees.
Yeah.
We need to speak to them really to see if this.
Yeah, I don't know why it would be under Breckland. I'm not sure. I know they own the land, but we lease the land off them, don't we?
Yeah, it could be why.
That might be the reasoning behind it.
Is this the railway bit you're talking about? Railway line?
I wouldn't be too keen to sort of just get rid of the charity
No,
straight away.
definitely.
I think we should hold it
Very
for,
hard to get a charity.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
If it's not costing us anything or anything, is it just a bit of time for do the annual report?
Yeah.
That's also, I would say, unless there's some other reason, I would say let's hang on to it for the time being.
yeah,
Can we just keep an eye on the annual report
yeah.
reported?
well, now we know, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
get that done. Then we'll.
Well, it's virtually a no.
And involve the Escape.
Yeah.
If we're gonna
But if the state come along and they
arrange an annual meeting.
arrange something to help with it, in the future, that's all for the good, isn't it? Yeah.
We'll put it back on the agenda after we spoke to Breckland.
Yep. Yeah. Consider quote for tree work felling one allotment tree on camping land.
Yeah, we've had a tenant leave one of the plots at 4 acres and there is a really big tree. But I don't think, not had the quote come in yet, have we?
I don't think so.
I'll have to bring that back and
Bring it back.
hold on, no, I have got it.
It's necessary, is it? Yeah.
Quite big, it is a big tree.
Yes.
For a
Oh my
lot.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's safety.
yeah, yeah.
That's so cemetery road.
Right,
I'll do it.
I'll go and burn it down for half that price.
I'll have to come back with that. I'll put it on full
Yeah,
council. 'cause we
so
can't-
bring that back. Anything on the camping lands ones?
He looked at both trees at the same time,
Yeah.
so, but I think there was a rotten.
Ryan
bit
went,
fallen down,
Ryan
wasn't
went, Ryan and Kevin went over to go over, but yeah, one's sort of split at the top end, I think.
there? Yeah, so he said he'll give us a quote to repair it, but they probably have to come back in 2 years and do the same. Or a quote to fell it because. there's nothing-
No, I said that, I said I'd chain myself to it if that's the
Can I say something about the trees? Who do you use to do the trees? Because KS Tree Care's got one of your allotments. And we all want Berkshire. Don't you do deals?
Arborist.
North Garbrist.
Yeah, he's expensive, isn't he? Sorry.
All three, anything to do with trees are expensive, yes, I think.
Yeah.
Well, to take a big oak tree down, I paid £450.
Was an official person.
Yeah. No, I haven't. Nobody will take responsibility for
I
the
think
railway
we-
line, do they?
We haven't got to make a decision today on that, have we?
No, we've not got a quote.
No, so that'll come back again at a later stage. The only thing is, on the camping land trees, I did say to Dennis Talon about this, a lot of the trees around the community centre have got the cages still around and they're outgrowing them cages. Them cages need taking off on a lot of them. And I don't know whether it be High Senior's responsibility or our responsibility. I'm not sure. But a lot of the trees are now mature and stayed up in the so they don't need them cages. And I think them cages should be taken. I think it must be about 10 to a dozen around the community centre mainly, and a bit on the camping lands at the side there. I don't know.
Yeah,
We've
well,
got two in the
we
three.
did look at these cages
Yeah.
when we did the inspection
Yeah.
of the ICD community centre.
Yeah.
Thought there's something should be done about that.
Yeah, they're the ones down the car park.
Yeah.
I think we need to find out who's responsible, whether it's ours or High Senior's responsibility.
We need to arrange a date for this year's inspection, so we
Yeah.
can put that on the list.
Can we deal with that at the same time?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's a good idea.
Move on. Confirm funding offer of the 2 bus shelters Norwich Road.
It's just to say that we've got the parish partnership and William Nunny's paying.
Payment, yeah. Just note that, nobody got any
Yeah.
comments on that?
No.
We go on to cemetery and churchyard. To discuss and consider amount of defibrillators within Swaffham.
No, cemetery.
Not one.
Oh, yeah, sorry, all right. Jump one. We got back, it's Cemetery Road, yeah, we've agreed to have that done, haven't we now?
No,
No.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Move the agenda on, please. love.
I can see it.
I can't see that far.
Oh, yeah, it's not the right place.
The Cemetery Road then, what is the state of, stay with that then, Leanne?
Sorry, I've got to concentrate.
You trying to get it right. Is it not moving?
Yeah.
It's froze.
We're discussing town centre visitors at the moment.
Yeah.
Never mind, it doesn't matter.
Yes, push it up.
Don't click it.
It's frozen, is it?
See page down there.
That does the page down on my.
Page down?
That is on the laptop, but not on here.
Right, my laptop.
I'm fine. We'll come back to that.
75.
Crap and down crop.
High-tech equipment. but-
Yeah, yeah. The AI printing.
Technology.
Still not there.
I don't think I can do that.
Oh,
Something to it.
We'll just move on, don't
Is
worry
it
about
in your-
it.
It should be able to, it's just projecting what's on your screen.
No, because I've got something different on my screen.
Oh. It's connection issue then.
And transcribing.
Mm.
Ooh. Look, watch what you say. It's odd.
Right. Oh, well, we'll just carry on.
Move on. Yeah,
It's
still over there.
yeah, it's 75. AO
751, it's Cemetery Road to quote and discuss the other options.
Yes, Wendy phoned me up. Now there is a local man apparently that does all this stuff and she thinks that he should be given an option to quote. So, I'll get her to contact you, Leanne. Shall I?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Right, okay. Keep going.
You keep
Go.
75, we're on.
Yeah, go. It's
Okay.
right. Can I say? Right, I met Ryan and Charlie on site to discuss because there was a quotation that came in and I thought it looked pretty Mickey Mouse stuff.
What's this one, isn't it?
It didn't really, it's from Ali.
Yeah, 22nd, it's all,
Yeah.
it's all meeting.
So we had a good look at it. Now, it's the main road in is a bit well, fairly chewed up. What he's suggesting there will not remedy the problems on the roads around the cemetery. It will just last for a year or two and then it'll just look a mess again. A lot of the road is quite chewed up. Sorry,
How do you know that?
looking at it. And looking at this, what he's proposing here,
Yeah.
it's not sufficient.
I looked at the specifications for that sort of low use road and
But
that's
this
what
isn't the
they're,
specification.
Low use.
low use road, not an actual road.
No.
No, it's not an actual road, but I mean, it's got vehicles going up and down it.
Yes,
If
but
you
not,
look at,
Not lorries.
sorry,
Not lorries on a regular basis.
no, it's
no,
not.
I'm not talking about lorries on a
No,
regular
so it's low use.
but it's a very, very uneven surface. Now, the only bit that makes sense here is forming, and I know that guys have had discussions with local funeral directors about a turning head on the western road, because you have to go down there. There's no turnaround, and the funeral directors would like a turnaround. Now, the only problem with that is where you fit it, because you've got to be careful that you make it big enough. If you don't make it big enough, then it's no use at all. The other thing is the southern road along the boundary of the site is really in a bad state of repair. It's got mud and stuff coming out of the sub base. It really needs doing again, but obviously we've got to look at it in the round and how much life there is in the cemetery. Sorry. How long that cemetery will be in use, because there's no use spending a lot of money in rectifying things if it's not going to be used for a long time. So the other idea is that one of the problems is that cars are riding up onto the verge. It's not very respectful to the graves that are quite near to the road, because they're getting very close to it. And the problem there is that the cars coming to a funeral park along one side of the main road. Then there's two-way traffic coming the other way, which the road isn't wide enough for. I think that road probably, in the fullness of time, all needs a redoing, reconstructing. Not a surface dressing is not anything that will reinforce the road or do any good for it. I think you all need to go and have a look at it, because it is a bad state of repair. The worst state of repair, as I said, is along the wall at the south side. And there it's really a big mess. One of the other problems that the guys have is there's a little verge right against the wall that it's not worth having. So I would have suggested pulling that out and filling that up and making the road a bit wider, and then building the road up properly with a French drain on the verge side of the road, so that the water flows into it.
Sorry, if I just, from Leanne, can you give us some figures about how many burials we have there a month?
It varies.
Yeah, but I mean, most people now are cremated. We don't have
No.
the volume of traffic going onto that site that we would have had years ago. That's just a point of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go down there quite frequently. I'm usually the only one down there. I must say, I will have a better look at the road
Yeah.
because I don't find it at all difficult, you know, turning. You know, as you come around there's a road that goes up, that's where I turn.
So you
Basically, I
past
go
the
down to
chapel.
the grave,
Yeah.
back up, and then just turn and
I
go.
think that the issue
Just
was,
go around the
But,
chapel.
I mean,
come out.
it seems to be quite wide, and I'm not terribly good at.
no, it was the reason the guys have said about turnaround was because of the
Yeah, it's processional. I think they go up in there. Yeah, they
But
said they take the
like I
procession
say,
of them
how
up.
many times a week do we have that?
Well, it depends. We had about 4 in a couple of weeks, didn't we, before Christmas down that end?
Yes, and then it
Then we've
evens off because
Ashes in
it's
there.
winter time. And then you get more deaths in,
Yeah,
you get more deaths in winter than you do probably.
I think we've got to go back to the drawing board with
Yes,
this
that's
because
right.
there's, if we could go down John's route, I think you're talking a hell of a lot more money than what we were
Yes.
considering in the
Yeah.
first place,
obviously,
and a lot more work.
yeah.
And, do we really want to, and is it necessary to do all
No.
that? I don't know. I asked the question, but I think, we need perhaps get some more estimates or something and find out exactly the
Specification.
application and what we do want doing down there before we get any further, because we don't, by the sound of it, we're all in a muddle of what we do want.
I think this company's actually given a specification of what they're going to do, so we need another quote, and if Wendy's got.
Yes, I'll get her to give you.
But looking at what they said they were going to do and then checking the specifications for low use roads, it seems spot on to me. They were actually saying exactly what was recommended.
Yeah, see, I did speak to someone I used to work with who was tarmac for 20 years. He did say the emulsion of stone is a way where you'll just chuck the money out because that won't. And he said you might as well not do it. That's the, so I can see where John's come from.
That's my view.
Well,
Not worth doing.
yeah, he said it isn't worth doing. He says that's always you'd go back and you'd put a proper roadway in if that's what.
Surface dressing is where they put a layer of, they spray bitumen and then they go along with chippings and they roll them in with a rubber tire roller. That's all that does. It doesn't increase the thickness of the road. It doesn't increase the strength of the road. All it is surfacing on other roads for skid
I
resistance.
think your problem down there is you've got a lot of areas where you turn.
Yeah.
That's where your problem down there is. You've got a lot of places where people want to turn to come back out, turn around the chapel. So that's with dressing. Top dressing doesn't like it where you have turn. That's where in the summer you're just going to get it come back off again.
I personally got take Graham first.
What I would propose is that we give ourselves 3 months. We can't rush into something like this.
No.
It's a major expense and that's not the best way forward, is it? We
No.
need to, if we're going to do it, we need to do it right. So
Yes.
give ourselves at least
down and
3
have a
months
look.
to have a
I think
look.
we
at
have
it.
to look at what the specification would be,
Yeah.
what hymn sheet we're singing from, because there's several different things there. And if we do go along the side roads as well and all that, you're adding sort of virtually doubling the area of what we was originally speaking about, easy.
I don't know if that quote what Ryan got was all the roadway.
It says the area.
Yeah,
The
so
area that it's gonna
when
do
me,
is-
John, and Ryan went down and we said about leaving, didn't we, John, from the chapel, but not the roadside isn't used.
Yeah.
The other side of the chapel, that roadway, that's not bad for the rent.
That's
That
not
doesn't
No,
have
that
what
is
it is.
good. That's good.
Yeah, so it's almost like leaving that part out to the next spec.
After
Just
after
keep it round the chapel, the main
the one
roads
going
round.
towards
My
Okay.
idea is we take it, is we hold on it and find exactly what we do want and then get
bit of
more
roads.
quotes.
We've got highways.
But that's where they want the turn.
The word with you,
Yeah.
show the specification or.
Yeah.
Ask.
Their advice.
Yeah.
I don't think we can go any further with this at the
No.
moment.
Well, I think we need some professional advice, you know, once upon
Well,
a
that's
time.
what Leanne's just said.
Yeah.
If you use
Yeah,
highways, they should know what
Yeah.
they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need, not a contractor who's got an eye on doing the work, because they'll tell you anything.
Oh, yeah, we can ask Luke to.
Yeah.
Give us a
He's the right man for the job.
Who's that?
Luke.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
highways representative.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
well,
move on then.
Yeah.
there's some heads up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the defibrillator, but discuss a consider amount of defibrillators within Swaffham. Don't know where this
Yeah.
one come from.
That was the last meeting.
Right, sorry.
That was asked whether we move our indoor defibrillator out to the assembly rooms when the assembly rooms is expired. And then I think you, Paul, suggested getting a map of all the defibrillators in town. Which I did.
So is there anything else to do on that then? Do we need to replace any of them? Or they're all?
Well, they're not ours.
They're not,
No,
they're
we don't want to start with them.
No.
I just wonder if we keep a watching brief, because I mean, someone's got to have a sort of inventory of where they are, and this is a good start, isn't it? But all these people who have them, to let us know if they're no longer maintaining them.
Well, this is off the circuit website, so it's
Oh.
not up to us to
Okay,
be informed. They're all on this website, so
find
if there is an emergency, the ambulance, they know which one's yours.
When they use that to be refreshed, don't they?
Yeah, it would be very interesting also to find out how many times they're actually used. And because it's quite complicated.
Well, even if they don't use once, it's
it's worthwhile.
it's a vital thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
we should really know exactly how many times it's used, and also get people to know how to use it.
Mm.
Because you're given the instructions and the person's on the floor dying.
There's 10 of them on this map.
we're not.
We don't really know, we know where they are, but not really who owns them.
Well, I should,
Yeah,
that probably is best to keep it like that, isn't it?
but then
They might be checked
Yeah.
by these
Oh,
people.
yeah, they're all being maintained.
Well, if they are being maintained, that's something that,
so what do we need to do then? Is there anything we need to do or just note it?
it was a concern, wasn't it, that we didn't know where they all were,
Yeah.
and there's been some survey or other nationally saying over half of these are past this use by date, which can't be good. I mean, if they're out of date, and that's what I think the concern was, whether we had up-to-date defibrillators and where they were. And I don't know whether you've got active, so I presume that is the correct.
well, I don't think you can do anything about it, can you?
No, not really.
I think St John's locally do get involved in most of these.
Yes, they do.
with
Do they?
most of these sites,
Yeah.
and they will advise, they will train, because they had them at Rotary a few months ago, so
Yeah,
they can be very.
exactly.
Yeah.
Can we find out about the one on the allotments? Because that's out of action, and
Yeah, nobody knew that was there.
that might be why it's out of
Is
action.
that the
Yeah.
pavilion? Is that the?
That's in the toilets. There's a defib in there.
Or for the
It's
escape?
moved, is that-
Well, the escape moved the other side, didn't they? Escape was on one site and then they moved over.
We
Yeah.
need to find out who it actually belongs to and who's responsible for it.
That's,
It'd be
Yeah.
escape, I should think, wouldn't it?
that's expired and beyond.
Yeah,
repair.
Beyond repair. So it really needs taken off the list then, doesn't it?
That's not
Is it
on
on there?
Not-
That's what I was going to ask if that was on there or not. Or
there.
It should be removed, shouldn't it? It's
That's
misleading.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that really
Should be.
it's lead to someone's death. if It's not
Yeah.
corrected properly.
Who's in charge of the toilets now? Is that you? Is that Escape
What?
or?
What the one was on there, I don't
Yeah.
know, I don't think it's a bit.
Let's escape still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can go back on, would it be possible to get an attachment on our web page for people, if they're in an emergency, could look it up and have the picture of that maps, so they know if you're in the middle of the marketplace where the nearest one is?
We could direct them to the circuit, which is constantly updated.
Yeah, there could be a link on that website or whatever however you want to do it. I don't know, I'm not technical.
Yeah.
So if somebody's in somewhere and they needed one urgently,
Well,
go on that and say, oh, it's one,
The ambulance service tell them that.
right, okay, yeah.
And they give them the code
you won't
ticking, don't they?
Would you have to dial 999?
999, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I didn't know that. Okay, on that. To receive and consider update on chapel and town hall building assets inspection visit.
Yeah.
So the quote was agreed for the repairs to the chapel, so we're just waiting for the weather to improve, to get that work done. The chapel is being cleared.
Yeah.
And the installed facility.
That should be started, don't they?
Yeah, so that's ongoing.
Yeah, there's a lot been removed already, but yeah.
Yeah, the one was the town hall, that was painting the windows, wasn't it? or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll be done.
but that, you can't do that until you get some better weather. Anything, any comments on that?
Just,
Right.
there's the damp in that hallway we've got to address at some time or other, but they should be looked at the same.
Yeah, I think Alan was going to clear the gutters, weren't he? So hopefully that'll then dry.
And your office carpets, I haven't heard that mentioned.
Sorry?
Office carpets.
Yeah, I had the quote come through. He came to measure up
Right, okay,
about a week ago.
that's fine. Thank you.
And the same applies to for the museum annual assets inspection, anything on that?
We went round, didn't we, Graham?
We were very impressed with that, weren't we? The way they've, built up that. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's probably all your line really, but no, I think they're doing a grand job to be
Yeah.
fair.
And they got the fire doors
Yes,
being done now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I think the only thing that we picked up was two of the first floor rooms had cracks.
in the ceiling.
ceiling.
oh, the ceiling, yeah.
But they've probably been like that for years, haven't they? They're just,
Yeah, but they got to keep an eye on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I didn't know whether beam scales were used
Yeah.
upstairs. And
Whether they're overloading it.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff up there now, isn't it?
Yeah, there is, isn't there? I mean, it's amazing. It may, but
Is there nothing immediate that we need to look at?
no, we just need.
think we
to
need
monitor.
Monitor it.
professional voice on that. For the
Well,
the joists there, the paper.
it looks very typical of an old building.
No.
You get these, but the cracks weren't open in any way. They were,
Oh, hairline.
Yeah,
But that'd be the old lava and plaster.
yeah, I
ceiling.
don't think there's any immediate danger from the ceiling.
Does it creak when you walk
Pressing.
across it?
Experience.
So at Gresson Hall, they moved their storage and they did somehow measure the beams on
Did they?
what weight capacity
Yeah,
they could take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone can look at that. Good idea.
We don't want it collapsing on.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave that in your hands in there. Yeah, nothing else on the museum. Consider additional consider requests for additional street lighting Goodrick Place.
Yeah, I had a resident call and say in the winter nights it's very dark because there's no street lights.
We have said in the past we wouldn't be taking responsibility for any more street lights, didn't we? As part of our policy, it's up to you, over to you.
I think we'd be setting a dangerous precedent if we
Yes.
started putting extra lighting up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Resident can put lighting on
Yeah,
there.
get a good torch.
There's darker areas in the town.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think personally, I think it's just that
Cannons.
Clyde
Cannons
Underground
Valley.
policy.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody happy with that? We tend to let it decline in under our
Yes, I think so.
policy of street lighting.
Yeah.
Consider a request from the Fountain of Life to install a defibrillator on the outside of the wall of the barn.
Yeah, well,
Are
they
they
said,
just asking us for permission, or are they just
they're saying they're getting the defibrillator free from the British Heart Foundation, so they'll be giving that.
We can't really oppose that, can we?
I don't think
Well,
we'd
I don't know
object.
whether, I don't know whether they've got it, but faith groups and community buildings have been given preference. So hopefully they can get some. And that's Breckland as well. They're inspiring.
It's just a permission we've got to give. I can't see any reason why we would decline it.
What about planning though?
I don't think you need planning for that, John. I don't think, would you?
It's listed building, isn't it?
What, the barn?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's not listed. I don't think it's not.
Always thought it was.
I mean, the closing date for applications is the 26th of January.
No, that's all right.
February, sorry, so they needed.
Yeah.
Well, we say we approve, subject to them getting the right permission. If there is anything they need to get, I don't think there would be. Personally,
But in reality, that's no different than putting all these metal boxes on the outside than it is a place for putting all your cigarette ends, because they're a stainless steel unit that people put them on all sorts of buildings now. don't they?
so are we happy to grant them permission?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Yeah, we've only got about 3 more items.
You would like, Graham.
The next one, we've got feedback from Caroline about the toilets. We've already gone into that, haven't we? So unless anybody's got anything else to say on that, I think they, no. Consider human policy and seated pool.
Could Jen just,
Sorry,
so having read this, this is what's in there. It's very informative. However, it's nothing more than Helen's already told us.
I don't think
So-
there's anything in there from what I read of it. There's nothing binding or that
No.
says you must do A, B or C.
Which is what Helen has already confirmed. So I think it's just something that's in addition to what Helen's already
I
confirmed.
think the group will obviously have a copy of that when they do their liberation.
Yeah, no, just wanted to add that in.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's say it's not discrimination to protect
No.
the toilets,
No.
try and keep out anyone.
No, I read it thinking there was some new information, but it's the
But
same, isn't it?
yeah.
To discuss and consider procurement policy and procedures referred from full council. Pass on that.
The changes are for all new work contracts, the following guidelines are required. The work specification, a professionally prepared detailed specification of works must be produced prior to obtaining a minimum of 3 comparative quotes. Professional fees, additional costs may be incurred to cover the professional fees of an architect, quantity surveyor or other relevant specialist advisors where required. Communication methodology. The methodology.
I'm not the only one.
Progress monitoring. All suppliers awarded contract must be subject to ongoing monitoring throughout the contract period. This will include regular progress meetings agreed at outset to support effective project management and delivery. Quality and performance assurance. Suppliers must ensure that the quality and performance standards specified in the contract are maintained or exceeded throughout the contract period. Any concerns must be identified, addressed and managed promptly and effectively. And project management responsibility. Projects will be managed by the town clerk, deputy clerk or works manager. For complex or high value projects, the council should consider appointing a professional project manager. Each project and its management arrangements will be considered and approved by council on a case by case basis.
It's just really to note that, isn't it?
No, I asked for it to be referred to here.
Yeah.
Right, so that we could debate that. I think one or two things I looked up. I think under tendering, I've put in all cases, the clerk should prepare a report on the quotations or tenders with a recommendation to the council. That's the usual method in most authorities, that the relevant officer prepares a report with a recommendation to the council. So that implies that the officer, therefore, if they're not, if they feel that they haven't got the necessary qualification, they should make the case that they need to have professional assistance. So,
Yeah, 'cause there's
for
gonna be some-
instance, an architect or something.
Yeah.
So to help them to do that work. Work specification, I think this where it gets a bit, people misunderstand this. What we usually have is a schedule of works and a specification. The specification is very general. It tells you what the standards of materials and workmanship should be in any case. But when you're looking at a specific project, you have a schedule of works. Now that can be presented in a lot of ways, with drawings and so on, or or a description. So like you circulated the previous schedule of works for the previous regeneration of the loo.
Yeah.
So that was a schedule of works. It also included specifications for materials and workmanship, but there is a difference, and people often don't understand that. So there's various specifications like British standards, national building standards, specification for highway works, and so on, so that you can always call that. Project management, I think you've got to say that some projects may be managed by the town clerk or works manager, because a lot of works that we get into are, with due respect, they're beyond the scope of what those individuals can be expected to know.
Yeah.
We're expecting to too much of them, I think.
As each project and its management arrangements will be considered and approved by council on a case-by-case basis.
Well, I think that it should be, shall be, not a should be.
It says will.
And that complies with, because all of this relates to the financial regulations, section 5.
It says arrangements will be considered and approved by council.
Shall be.
It says will.
I say for complex or high value projects, the council shall appoint professional. It can be a project manager or a clerk of works or some other relevant professional, but you cannot just leave it open for the contractor to say, oh yeah, we've done that work, because with the best will in the world, I work with contractors, and they invariably they will cut corners.
I think you've got to do this on a case-by-case basis, because you're going to be adding mega money to every single project. If you're going down that route, you're going to be adding, you're going to have specialist people, and they charge you hundreds of pounds an hour to do these things. And I think yes, on really large projects, we do need support, but I don't think we should set ourselves to be really having to spend mega money on some of these things when it's not necessary.
I think we need to determine what these work projects cost, the contracts, a cost over which we'll apply these rules.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, but there could be a lower costing project where we haven't got experience, we don't know about it.
Yeah.
So should we just have each project and its management will be dealt with?
I think if
I think
that's the best way.
merits, but I think the clerk must not be hesitant in telling us that we need to employ competent professionals.
Yeah.
That
Well, that'll be the decision when that project comes to the council, won't it?
yeah.
I think if you start, as I said before, if you start dictating that you're going to have a surveyor or an architect or whatever every time you're adding mega money to every single project you're going to be doing.
Regulation.
But that's my opinion.
We confirmed the project management, we'll just have the last sentence.
Project management, yeah. You change work specification to schedule of works and specification.
Is that okay, everybody?
Yeah. With a lot different.
And I think, yeah.
Everybody happy as far as they can be with that?
As far as it can be, yeah.
Yeah. Right, we've got one more. Yeah. Next meeting is
So
Wednesday, the 25th of March, at 12:30. So. Thank you all very much for attending.
Thank you.